He swings and pops this one foul out of play right side.
Been out there quite a bit, and tonight starting in center field with the left-hander on the mound, Carlos Rodon. Jackie Bradley Jr., who offensively hasn't really gotten it going. He's a left-handed hitter. He's on the bench.
Fastball outside. 2-1. There's hitting room in right center for Taylor. Arias on deck, then Tellez, the first baseman. Next offering, swing and a drive to left center field. It's a moonshot into the gap, back to the track, to the wall. Gone! Home run, Taylor. A home run in each inning right now for the Brewers. And Taylor picks up right where he left off last night. He touches them all, and it's 2-0 Milwaukee.
Well, he's feeling it right now. He's got that swing path and launch angle going. And that was a high towering home run. This is a kid that had a hard time in the past just putting on weight and, holding on to some muscle mass, but he's been able to successfully do that over the past year and starting to see the power show. Power that they knew was there. It's just a matter of getting good, solid, consistent contact. So, home run, consecutive innings, the leadoff home run. How about that? Rude way to greet Carlos Rodon.
No doubt. Arias, whoa, he goes hammering at it. Fouled it off. Great catch off to our right, just below the press box. A one-hander for a redhead with a Brewers cap on. 9th home run for Taylor. Exit velocity of 99.8 miles per hour, went 400 feet. And Arias will take a moment and dig a bit of that batter's box. The dirt at the batter's box on the mound, a lighter shade, almost like a khaki or a tan compared to the rest of the dirt here in Milwaukee. He leans back. Here's the pitch. And a breaking ball goes up near the collarbone. Up and in to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
Got to be a little careful with Arias as well. He's got some sneaky pop, and I know that Rodon likes to throw that slider glove side down and in to right-handers, but Arias is really good about getting to that location.
Swinging a ground ball right to the shortstop. Anderson zips it over to first, and out 6-3 is Arias. Tim Anderson didn't even have to move. That was right to him. That'll bring up Rowdy Tellez. You mentioned there's a few folks that are larger than most average humans in the lineup tonight.
Yeah.
I'd say Rowdy Tellez fits that bill.
Yep. He's a big man, and he was acquired from the Blue Jays just a couple of weeks ago because Daniel Vogelback had injured his hamstring, and so it was, let's get a guy that we can kind of say pound for pound. I mean, Vogelback is 6 feet 270, and
ball 1 low.
Tellez is 6'4", 255, so you gave up some LBs for 4 more inches of height, so yeah, there you have it.
2-0 Milwaukee. Rodon steps back and now picks up the knee and sends it home. Swinging a pop foul. This will get out of play left side. Well beyond the third base dugout, about 20 rows back.
So cool name, Rowdy Tellez. You don't know if it's like, hey, he's a WWE fan or something, or just, what's the deal? His name is Ryan Tellez, but actually got the name Rowdy before he even had come out of the womb. His grandmother and mother just saw how active he was.
Fastball is low and in.
Swimming, kicking, doing all kinds of stuff, and his grandmother just nicknamed him Rowdy before he was even born. Jokingly, they've asked her, I guess, over the years, what's his real name? And she says, it's Rowdy. That's all she's ever called him. So funny how these nicknames, there's always a story around it, but that's pretty unique that he wasn't even in the earth yet on his own, and had already gotten a nickname.
Reminds me of Bam Adebayo in the NBA. Another nickname describing an infant. Pitch. Swing the ground ball right back to the mound. That spins off the glove of Rodon. Squirts behind the mound. He tries to sling it sidearm over to first. threw it in the dirt. It'll go over to the first base dugout. It does stay in play. But Tellez is aboard. He shot it right back through the box. And it looked like Rodon was going to be able to kind of lay that thing and hang on to it, and just spun right off his leather.
Yeah, it should be a single there. And looked like Carlos Rodon was trying to calculate everything as he ran down the backside of the mound and didn't want to rush, I think. Pick that up and throw it, into the stands or something and end up putting a runner in scoring position. Still ended up throwing it by Abreu, but there was just something there as he was going to it. He knew it was going to be a tough play. He knew it was going to be a difficult angle, but still had a shot.
Well, the umpiring crew singing here has ruled that the ball, I guess, had gone out of play at the camera well, so it's going to be a hit, but then at second now is Tellez on an error charge to Rodon. So Tellez at second, and Manny Pena, the catcher, will step in. The right-handed hitting catcher here with the left-handed pitcher. I don't think for a moment that we won't see Narvaez later on.
Oh, no doubt, especially if there's a Hendricks sighting out of the bullpen.
First pitch to Pena, hit him. On the front foot, it looks like, where he has a shin guard protecting the lower left leg. And so Pena hit by a pitch. And for the first time tonight on either side, we have multiple base runners aboard here in the bottom of the second.
Pena probably saying, hey, don't mess with my feet. He already was on the IL earlier this year with a broken great toe. And that one hit him on the side of the foot. Nothing other than just a little bit of pain. See what Corbin Burns, who could swing the bat a little bit here as he digs in. Is he going to drop down a bunt, move those runners up, or is he going to swing away?
He has the bunt look to him here, and they're creeping in from the corners. Pitch to Burns, the 9-hole hitter, and he popped it straight up. It's going to drop in front of home plate, kind of into no man's land. The catcher Collins picks it up. His only play is to first. The sacrifice will go 2-4, and both runners move up. That looked like pop out bunt as soon as it touched the bat, and somehow landed 8 feet in front of home plate.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mess. That's one of those where they let it drop because Corbin Burns didn't run out of the box. If they would have had someone covering second base, they would have been able to easily turn a double play, because Pena had to wait until the ball was down, so he would have been out at second, and Burns didn't run out of the box, so he would have been easily doubled up on the backside. But because everyone was crashing and people were running all over the place like a fire drill, there was no one to cover second base.
Back to the top of the order, here's Colton Wong, who homered on the first pitch he saw in the bottom of the first. It was his 5th career leadoff home run and his 3rd this season. He can do more damage here with the Brewers already leading 2-0 in the bottom of the second. From the belt, Rodon deals down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. And for a guy in Carlos Rodon, who has recorded 8+ strikeouts in 10 consecutive starts, he has yet to strike out a Brewer in this one. I know we're only in the second. Pitch, fastball. A little high, 96 miles an hour. 2 balls and no strikes.
Sean, couple that with the fact that the Brewers have the 3rd highest strikeout rate as hitters. So, some funny things happening right now, not expected so far in this ball game.
Next to the left-handed hitter. Off speed, and he got the zone this time. Inner half for a strike. 2-1. They're back on the right side of the infield. Garcia's back at the back edge of the grass. There is a big gap in right center field. And deep in right is Sheets. And Rodon will step off, and he'll turn and have a look at the runner at second. That's Manny Pena. The lead runner at third is Tellez.
Got to watch out for those catchers as well, Sean. Manny Pena at second base. He knows the sign sequences, so Rodon and Collins know that. Make sure we reset.
The pitch. Swinging up, 1 hopper to the first baseman. Good job by Abreu to glove it. Touches the bag. And that retires the side here in the bottom of the second. So the Brewers leave 2 on here, but did get the Taylor leadoff home run in the second inning. And with that, we're off to the third. Milwaukee 2, Chicago nothing. This is Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Who doesn't want instant gratification? If you're looking for satisfaction, there's no need to wait. With Credit Karma Money, you could win cash reimbursements for debit card purchases. Credit Karma Money is a brand new checking account where you can win daily instant Karma purchase reimbursements on items up to $5,000. Just go to creditkarma.com/winmoney to sign up for free and have the chance to start winning instant Karma. That's creditkarma.com/winmoney. Instant Karma is sponsored by Credit Karma. No purchase necessary. Exclusions and terms apply. Banking services provided by MVB Bank Incorporated. Member FDIC. Maximum balance and transfer limits apply.
The White Sox sit high atop the AL Central, while the Brewers are in first in the NL Central. And the two go head-to-head this weekend in Milwaukee. Coverage begins tomorrow at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN. Presented by Credit Karma.
This NBA Finals moment is brought to you by YouTube TV.
The Lakers and Celtics, the most heated rivalry in the NBA. And in 2010, the two found themselves in Game 7 of the NBA Finals, with Kobe Bryant struggling through a 6-for-24 shooting performance for the Lakers. It was Ron Artest who hit a critical 3 to put the Lakers up 6 with a minute to go.
Artest, that's a three.
YouTube TV. Watch live TV with unlimited DVR and more. No cable box required. Try it free.
Hear you. Who doesn't want instant gratification? If you're looking for satisfaction, there's no need to wait. With Credit Karma Money, you can win cash reimbursements for debit card purchases. Credit Karma Money is a brand new checking account where you can win daily instant Karma purchase reimbursements on items up to $5,000. Just go to creditkarma.com/winmoney to sign up for free and have the chance to start winning instant Karma. That's creditkarma.com/winmoney. Instant Karma is sponsored by Credit Karma. No purchase necessary. Exclusions and terms apply. Banking services provided by MVB Bank Incorporated. Member FDIC. Maximum balance and transfer limits apply.
This is Mike Greenberg from Greeny. You're listening to Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Corbin Burns is back to work. He's got a 2-0 lead at his back as we go to the third inning. Pair of home runs, the difference. Colton Wong and Tyrone Taylor have the crew on top as we head for the third. This will be 7, 8, 9 in the White Sox lineup. Garcia, Collins, and then the pitcher Rodon. Chris Singleton, Sean Kelly, glad you're with us tonight. Upper 80s. And a baseball sky, I'm sure, on the way as we approach sunset in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. First place Brewers, first place White Sox.
First place Bucks. Bucks in 6.
Ooh-wee. What a week here. Right versus left, and here's the pitch to start us in the third. Fastball outside at 96 miles an hour. Garcia's a switch hitter up there on the left side. He is batting .248 and has homered thrice. The pitch. Up and away and off the glove of Pena. And third baseman Urias is almost on the inside edge of the grass. Well off the bag.
Well, so many different things that Garcia can do. He's table setter, his nickname coming up. Minor leagues, like a mini Rafael Furcal. Just his ability to get things going.
Yuri Garcia, the pitch. Swing and a miss. It was tardy. And that pitch was almost in the dirt. Cutter from Corbin Burns, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
Garcia seeing a lot more playing time with Nick Madrigal on the injured list, likely for the rest of the season. And Garcia's also made starts in several other positions.
Pena sets up outside. The delivery, swinging a foul tip, caught by Pena. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
19 starts in center field, 15 in right, 5 in left. A few over at third and a few over at shortstop.
Does that make him a super utility player?
Playing the outfield and the infield, yeah. I think that's become a super U.
2-2 pitch. Just missed. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The White Sox, one of my partner's former teams. You know we just passed an anniversary, don't you? July 6, 1999.
Is that the disco night?
No, it's the night you hit for the cycle as a member of the Chicago White Sox.
Sorry, I drew a blank. That was disco night
Hit for the cycle.
at Old Comiskey Park.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Third strikeout for Burns. One gone here in the third. The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to the ballpark. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the Ballpark app today. What do you remember about hitting for the cycle for the White Sox?
The zone, as they call it. Being in the zone where everything was just effortless. Everyone else was moving in slow motion and you were moving in full regular speed. That's kind of a euphoria, I would say.
So what was the last thing you needed that night?
Home run.
A home run.
Fourth at bat. The home run.
How about that? Here's Zach Collins, the White Sox catcher. Left-handed bat. And the first to him is off speed and low for ball one.
I think what's more remarkable when I look back is that the home run was the fourth of my 5 hits that night. Still had another hit in the ball game that night. So just an incredible night at the plate, even beyond just the cycle.
Cutter misses, 2 balls and no strikes.
But that was one of those rare moments we've all, I'm sure, in life had them in one way or another, whatever it is that we do or we're into, where you're just at this next level where mentally it's surreal.
I'll after this pitch here. 2 balls and no strikes. Shift is on to the right side. And a fastball in there for a strike. 2-1 to Collins, who's batting .220. So, were you well aware of the situation, or did somebody tell you, hey, by the way, home run, you get the cycle here?
Yeah, I was aware of it. And I could actually, it was crazy because I could visualize when I was in the on-deck circle before that fourth at bat exactly the pitch sequence that was going to come.
Swing and a foul tip, caught by Pena.
That's how creepy it was that I was on the on-deck circle and I just had this premonition before I went to the batter's box. The first pitch is going to be a sinker away. You're going to take that pitch. The next pitch, he's going to try to throw that pitch on the inside part of the plate and get you to move off the plate, and that's the one you're going to hit. And it happened exactly like that. It's just crazy.
Great story. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Right at the bottom of the zone. Caught a lot of the plate, but it was a little low, according to Zach Collins, who strides back to the third base dugout. Now with nobody on and 2 outs. Burns is looking pretty good here in the third with the pitcher, Carlos Rodon.
Boy.
Reaching the batter's box on the left side without a career hit.
That was a Corbin Burns cutter and definitely missed below the zone. So Zach Collins, he was cheated out of one right there.
So you're saying he was right when he looked back at the home plate umpire.
Indeed.
The Ohio Bobcat, Jeremy Rehak. The pitch, Steve Rank. I had no idea that our home plate umpire was an Ohio U guy until Russ Eisenstein, good friend, who's their radio play-by-play man. He shot me a text and said, by the way, go get him. And, oh, by the way, the home plate umpire is a Bobcat. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And Burns misses outside. I didn't even ask you who the pitcher was that you hit the home run off of to complete the cycle.
Jeff Supan, all 4 of them.
Made his night, did you?
I was very naive, let's just put it that way.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss.
The next day, one of the veteran players, I was in the weight room or something pregame, and they said, hey, Jeff would like you to sign a bat. It's a big historic moment, and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to sign a bat. And my big brother and teammate Darren Jackson said, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm signing a bat for Jeff Supan. I said, what in the world are you doing? And he stopped me.
1-2, swinging a bouncing ball toward the second base bag. Ranging over is Adames. Gloves throws to first, and Rodon is retired.
But he saved me from getting hit my next time up against Jeff Supan because it was a joke set up for me to sign a bat and send it over like, hey, I own you, and it wasn't a gift, so yeah, rescue me.
There's a good twist at the end of that one. Yeah. I love it. That's Chris Singleton. I'm Sean Kelly. We're through 2.5. Brewers 2, White Sox nothing. You're listening to Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Progressive presents an interview with your upstairs neighbor.
My name's Barry. I live right above you. I don't host parties. I host after parties. They're like parties, only louder and nobody goes home. You can see right here, I ripped out all the carpeting because it was holding me back, my pogo stick. Man's got a pogo. Oh, I'm a prankster. I'll grease up a soda can and then when somebody grabs it, boom!
Progressive can't save you from your upstairs neighbor, but we can save you money when you bundle renters and auto insurance with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code BLUE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code BLUE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BLUE.
In fact, the White Sox have fallen to the Brewers 3 straight times, including last night, 7-1. The last time the Brewers beat the White Sox 4 straight was 1997. You're just joining us. Colton Wong with a leadoff home run in the first. Tyrone Taylor, leadoff home run in the second.
Sean, you know what's crazy is that I was here earlier in the week doing Brewers-Royals game for Brewers TV, and the Brewers lost both games to the Kansas City Royals. Okay, the Kansas City Royals have one of the best records, if not the, worst records, if not the worst record in all of baseball. And they looked like a good team. The Brewers were flat. And I said, yeah, what'll happen is the White Sox will come in and they'll roll through the weekend against a really good team. So perhaps there's some of that they just, it's not an excuse, because Tony La Russa, we talked about, you got to be up and you got to treat every series the same. But I don't think the Brewers treated the Kansas City series the same as they've treated this White Sox series so far.
That's a fair observation, yeah. The Royals have beaten the Brewers 4 times this year, including 2 this week. First pitch here in the bottom of the third is in the dirt for ball 1. Chris Singleton's Instant Analysis brought to you by John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer. Run with us. So here's Willie Adames, the shortstop. 2, 3, and 4 in the Milwaukee order, and Rodon back to work. Left-hander brings the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. The bat goes out of the hands of Adames, around his hip like a hula hoop, and ended up out in front of home plate. I don't know if I've ever seen that. He came over his shoulder. He lost one hand, the lead hand on his bat.
Well, they didn't want to come out. It was like the tackiness of his, what's on his bat and what's in his glove. And it almost looked like he was going to throw his right shoulder out, which would not have been good. The top hand, or I should say the bottom, I think it was the left arm that held on. The top hand came off, and that arm just kept swinging around.
We got some new pine tar from the on-deck circle on the first base side. Here's the pitch. Swing, he rips a foul straight back. Well, he just missed that one. It was tall in the zone.
So he needed some pine tar, get a little sticky for the top hand, keep that one on there. The bottom had no problem.
Looked like one of those viral videos where a guy has nunchucks and almost beats himself to death with it. They play him straight away. Here's the pitch. Fastball's inside. 96 from Rodon, who's yet to strike out a Brewer. We mentioned the leadoff home runs by Wong and Taylor in innings 1 and 2. First time the Brewers have led off their first 2 innings with a home run since July 3rd, 2015. They did that against the Reds. Pitch. We waved at a pitch in the dirt, and down on strikes is Adames. One gone. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. With former big leaguer Chris Singleton, I'm Sean Kelly. Greetings tonight from American Family Field in Milwaukee. Brewers lead it 2-0. We're in the bottom of the third. One out as Christian Yelich, 1 foot at a time, steps into the batter's box left side. They respect him on the right side defensively. First strikeout of the night for Rodon, setting Adames down to strike the third. I think he's just happy to get the leadoff guy in the inning no matter how it came. After the home runs by Wong and Taylor.
Yeah, pretty amazing that it took this long to get the first one of the night.
First to Yelich is in there for a strike. Christian's 0 for 1. He popped out to the second baseman his first time up.
This is a guy on average this year over the course of 9 innings is striking out 13 batters.
Yikes. The pitch. Swinging a pop foul opposite way, out of play left side. That strikeout of Adames was number 141 on the season. By the way, big-time moment prior to the first pitch tonight. This is Negro League's tribute night at American Family Field. We had some legends out there for a ceremonial start to the game, and I want to read you some of the names. I want those gentlemen recognized. Pitch, swing and a miss. Yelich was fooled, and the ball in the dirt picked up by Collins. He just touches Yelich, and back-to-back strikeouts here for Rodon maybe settling in. Dennis Biddle, a pitcher for the Chicago American Giants, here tonight. He pitched in 1953 and 54.
They played forever in the league. Yeah, I had an opportunity my rookie year in the big leagues to go to the Big Leagues Baseball Museum there in Kansas City.
1-0 pitch to Avi Garcia is down and in. 2 balls and no strikes.
It is a really cool experience. If you love baseball, if you love America, you love history, even if you like jazz, see the relationship that the black players had with the jazz musicians, and how they were so often hanging out and kind of partying together.
2-0 pitch.
Barbecue.
Going to go Gates, or we got a better place?
Oh, there's some other places. They like some gas station places. That's where I've come across the best barbecue.
2 balls and 2 strikes from the Belt Burns deal. Swinging a ground ball. This might get through. No, it won't. Urias diving to his left. The third baseman pops up and throws across to get Tim Anderson. What a play by Urias to retire the first man here in the top of the 4th inning.
Outstanding. This time going to his left. Earlier in the game, going to his right. Made a tremendous play in foul territory that ended up being called a foul ball, but fielded it, made a nice throw to first. This time to his left. And there is no time to mess around with Tim Anderson running up the first base line at his speed. You better have a clean exchange, an accurate and strong throw across the diamond, and that's exactly what Urias delivered.
Good job by Tellez, too, to pick the low throw at first base. Here's Gavin Sheets up for the second time. He grounded out to Tellez at first, back in the first inning. And the first to him is over but low. Ball 1, Burns versus Sheets. First base has been a bit of a sore spot. You alluded to it earlier tonight. They've had kind of this 3-man rotation almost working for the Brewers right now, just not able to find the right fit. And Keston Hira, many thought might be in the lineup tonight with a left-handed starting pitcher. He is not. And Tellez had a pretty good night last night at the plate. That Craig Counsell said before the ball game today, I said, I understand the left on left, but let's get Tellez a little continuity perhaps for some more.
Yeah, and Colt Wong on the right side of the infield, left-handed hitter who led off the game with the homer. He's hitting lefties well also, so give those guys a chance. Lefty on lefty.
Next from Burns is low, so 2 balls and 1 strike to Gavin Sheets. So Tellez at first, Colton Wong back into almost shallow right as the second baseman. Adames, the shortstop, is shaded toward the second base bag, and that leaves Urias with a lot of acreage to cover over there on the left side. The opposite way it would be for Gavin Sheets. 2-1 pitch. That was close. Looked like it from up here. Maybe not so downstairs. Shin high, says the home plate umpire. So 3-1 for Burns, who has struck out 4 through 3 1/3 so far tonight. The flow that Corbin Burns has, I'm just going to go right out and saying I'm jealous. The locks coming out from the backside of that ball cap. Kicking a pitch. Swinging a high fly ball down the right field side. Garcia is toward the line, and he trots over to make the catch. 2 gone here in the top of the 4th.
So that right there was like it was a race. Corbin Burns' pitch to a certain spot in the strike zone, and it was a race between his pitch getting to that spot and Gavin Sheets' bat getting to that spot. And Corbin Burns won because Gavin Sheets was not able to get the barrel to the baseball. He's a very strong kid, and he just missed that pitch. But it was excellent location, the way that Burns finished it, and Sheets had a good pass, good path to the baseball. Just a little bit late, and he lost the race.
That makes a whole lot more sense after watching the ball hit the bat. As Abreu shoots one foul off to the right. Jose Abreu 0 for 1. He was strikeout victim number 2 for Corbin Burns tonight. He is up there with nobody on at 2 outs. 2-0 Milwaukee. Chris Singleton, Sean Kelly from American Family Field. John Medani is our producer tonight. Bill Carambellis is our engineer.
John's going to be worn out coming up and down these stairs all night.
It's good for him, Sam.
He's got the stopwatch on. I think he's timing himself to see how quickly he can get down and back up.
The pitch. At the knees for a strike. Sinker at 97 miles an hour here to Abreu. He could cut this Brewer lead in half. For the one swing of the bat, Abreu sitting on 18 home runs. And up to the moment, batting .254. As Singy pointed out earlier, he's got the left turn signal out. That back left pocket untucked and flapping. The next. Opposite way. Slicing fly ball toward the right field line. It's down for a hit. Abreu's going to go for 2. Garcia picks it up, guns into the second base bag. Abreu went past to the slide, and the tag is there from Adames. It'll be a base hit, but Garcia, who's got an absolute cannon there in right, sent a one-hopper to Adames, who stuck the tag and gets Abreu. So yes, there was a hit in the half inning, but 1, 2, 3 go the White Sox here in the top of the 4th. Thoughts on that in a moment. In Milwaukee, Brewers 2, White Sox nothing. This is Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Oh, won't you stick with me, baby? I'm going to make a lot of bread. I mean both money and actual bread. But right now I need dough, cause my delivery truck's dead. And by dough I mean money. Trucks don't run on bread.
Owning a small business isn't always as lovely as it sounds, but with personalized discounts that save you money, Progressive Commercial keeps you humming along. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
I need more dough, need with an N. I need more dough, need with a K.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage and discounts not available for all vehicles or states. Policy terms and conditions apply.
This NBA Finals moment is brought to you by YouTube TV.
Fresh off leading Michigan State to a national championship, Lakers rookie Magic Johnson found himself playing for an NBA championship, up 3 games to 2. And without leading scorer Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who suffered a sprained ankle in Game 5, 20-year-old Magic Johnson led the Lakers to the title over Dr. J and the Sixers. Magic scored 42 points with 15 rebounds in the clinching game.
YouTube TV. Watch live TV with unlimited DVR and more. No cable box required. Try it free. Conditions apply.
Listen to every game live or on demand with MLB Audio. Listen to home, away, and Spanish language where available, including in-market radio broadcasts on supported iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, Android, and Amazon devices. Download MLB today. It's your #1 app for live baseball. There goes another one. Blackouts and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.com for details.
This is Jay Williams from Keyshawn, J. Will and Zubin. You're listening to Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Bottom of the 4th in Milwaukee, Brewers 2, White Sox nothing. Sean Kelly, Chris Singleton, the White Sox just got their first hit of the ball game off the bat of Jose Abreu, but he tried to turn a single down the right field line into a double, and he was thrown out because he couldn't stick to the bag.
Yeah, and that's one of the sort of the catch-22. If you're going to try to stretch the balls really well.
It's big strike in there to Taylor, who's homer tonight.
You're going to have serious momentum going into the bag and through the bag. So your ability to maintain contact is going to be hard. And that's exactly what we saw.
Well, 1 wave and a miss. Taylor's in a little trouble here. 0-2 to Carlos Rodon.
All about adjustments. Taylor, who hit a high towering home run to center field, just a little left of center his first time out. Against the ropes right now.
Counted in as the next.
Bandar.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, 5 in a row retired now by Rodon. Perhaps he is settling in a little bit. Yeah, settling in. He's made 2 mistakes. And the Colton Wanda home run, as you pointed out early, swing that's off the handle. It's going to flare into shallow center, and it's down for a hit. Taylor's aboard with a leadoff single. The leadoff man has reached now in 3 of the 4 innings for the Brewers offense. You pointed out Colton Wong's home run was more about Colton Wong than perhaps a mistake by Carlos Rodon.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad pitch at all by Rodon. It was inner third, maybe just on that inside corner of the plate. And you're not really expecting a left-handed batter in an 0-0 count, first pitch of that team's ball game, to be ready to hit that pitch. So most times guys are trying to stay close, make sure they track the ball, try to go back up the middle, slightly the other way. And Colton Wong looked like it was his 3rd time facing Carlos Rodon, and it was a 2-0 count, Sean.
Here's Luis Urias at the plate up on the right side. And a throw over by Rodon. This is the first Brewer that we've seen occupy first base for more than a moment. He strides off. Ray holding him on. The pitch, squaring to bunt. Dropped down by Urias. Out in front of home plate, Collins races out to get it and throws to first, and it's past the second baseman Garcia into right field. So safely aboard is Urias on the error, and all the way over to third, advancing 2 bases is Tyrone Taylor.
Well, good baseball play right there. Didn't love the bunt, but it worked. I think Urias, if they were to review this, he was not running in the area up the first baseline, which base runners are supposed to run. So the ability to have a clear line, Zach Collins to the first baseman, or I should say Garcia covering first base, did not have a direct line because the base runner running inside, but doesn't look like anything's being said. And Trey Turner still angry from World Series 2019. Houston, remember that play?
Yes.
Right up the first baseline, they called him out.
Had a few people upset. Swinging a foul tip here by Rowdy Tellez. Sacrifice bunt is the scoring here. And then E2 on the throwing error by Collins. It's his 3rd error of the season, and number 60 for the White Sox defensively. So 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. And Rowdy Tellez, 1 for 1 tonight, takes this offering inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here to the 7th place hitter in the lineup. Lead runner is Taylor, who started the inning off with a base hit. The pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 88-mile-an-hour slider from Carlos Rodon. Here's a replay on your booth monitor. Boy, you were right about Urias' pursuit of first base.
He's running in fair territory.
Yeah. Taylor just off the bag at third as Rodon comes set. Kicking a pitch. Off speed. Ooh, looked like a strike. Inside, says the home plate umpire Jeremy Rehak. 2-2 count. Rowdy Tellez with Manny Pena on deck, and he's not in the on-deck circle. He's halfway between the on-deck circle and the plate. Infield coming in. Pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Well hit, but foul off to the left. Brewers Brewers lead it 2-0. It's a pair of home runs right now, Long and Taylor. 2 runs on 4 hits. Brewers have left 2 on base. Outfield's deep, pretty much straight away.
Karibi, maganda daw. Alin? Karibi.
Les,
Yan?
hat on his shoulder. Picks it up. Here's the
Yan yung
pitch.
binili.
This is out of the way on an offering inside for Rodon.
Karibi rin?
Tried the slider again here in this left-on-left matchup.
Well, looks like Rodon is trying to crowd him a little bit so he doesn't get the arms extended. Looking for some soft contact on the ground in the infield. Don't expect, with nobody out, for Tyrone Taylor to be going on contact. Or you get a pop-up on the infield. But somehow he's just trying to prevent this run from third from coming across the score.
3-2 pitch. Swing a ground ball to first. The infield was in. Gloved. Throw to the plate. And it pulled Collins off the plate. He tried to tag a sliding Taylor and came over the top of him without contact. Safe at the plate is Taylor, and it's 3-0. Abreu, who was in on the edge of the grass, received the ground ball quickly enough to make the play here and just throws off the mark.
Yeah, wondering if the White Sox are taking a look at this at all. It was pretty close at the plate, even though Taylor's foot was past there. Now seeing the replay, it was a swipe tag by Collins, but I don't think he ever touched it. And had he just gotten the shoulder, then they would have had the opportunity to have this reviewed and maybe have Taylor out at home.
A very slow motion replay confirms what you just spoke of, that he just missed putting the glove on the shoulder of Taylor. So now they're at the corners as Urias advances to third, and here's Manny Pena. He takes a big cut but comes up empty on a 96-mile-an-hour. Fielder's choice and an RBI for Rowdy Tellez. He's at first. We'll look for the double play ball up the middle here with Anderson and Garcia. Okada is going to play a step in front of the bag at third, and Abreu's a step off the bag at first, kind of loosely holding on. Tellez, the next. Too tall. 1 ball, 1 strike to Pena. 244 career hitter with runners in scoring position.
Had a big hit on Tuesday night against the Kansas City Royals. At that point, he was 3 hits in his last 57 at-bats.
Bounces in the dirt, check the swing.
But he came through with a 2-run single. Ended up going 2 for 4 in his last start. He is more of the defensive specialist for Craig Counsell. Omar Narvaez more of an offensive catcher, although Narvaez's defense has improved, and that's what caused him to be a first-time All-Star this year as well.
The pitch. And a little tall. 3 balls and 1 strike. This is Pena's 31st start of the season at catcher. 3-0 Brewers. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Sean Kelly, Chris Singleton, Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio. The pitcher Burns is next. Rodon kicks and delivers. Fastball missed, ball 4. That's the first walk issued by Rodon, and it loads the bases. Play ball is baseball and softball's initiative to highlight the fun and accessible ways to play the game for all. Find a league near you. Go to playball.org and follow @playball on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And here comes Ethan Katz, the White Sox pitching coach, and he gathers the White Sox battery and infielders in on the bump here in Milwaukee with the bases loaded and still nobody out.
Well, a lot of praise for Ethan Katz, Tony La Russa, the Hall of Fame manager, has had, and the history with Ethan Katz. He was the high school coach for a few big leaguers there in Hollywood, Beverly Hills. Is it Hollywood? Hollywood. Let's just say somewhere around there. Harvard Westlake High School. Jack Flaherty was there, Max Fried was there, and Lucas Giolito.
How did they ever lose?
I know, right? Jack Flaherty was a little younger. I think he was 2 years, maybe 3 years younger than those two, but they did play together, I believe, at least one season, all three of them. But some history going back, and it's definitely helped Lucas Giolito with the White Sox, but Ethan Katz has been able to connect with other pitchers in this starting rotation, including Carlos Rodon.
Well, here's Corbin Burns, the Brewer pitcher, who takes ball one. Down and in. The bases are loaded here. But nobody out in the bottom of the fourth. By the way, Jack Flaherty will make a rehab start on Tuesday at Memphis. Still a process before perhaps the Cardinals get him back.
I knew you'd get a Cardinals note into this White Sox-Brewers game.
You knew I would. Fastball in there for a strike, evens it at 1-1. Burns going to really help his own cause here, not to be too cliche, but he'd certainly love to give himself even more of a cushion.
Yeah. Help yourself out.
He has 3 RBI. The pitch. Check swing and look out over there in the on-deck circle. Colton Wong almost had one in the ear hole. Sharp bouncer over the top of Wong's head.
That was the emergency hack. He blocked himself out in the front and then just sort of last minute made an attempt at that. Unfortunately, the netting is up, as they are in all ballparks now, so the fans can look down, look away, have a conversation, and not have to worry about getting smoked.
Infield creeping in. Breaking ball. Called strike 3. Right down central. Big strikeout. The third of the game for Carlos Rodon. But here comes the top of the order, and Colton Wong with the bases loaded. So 1 out. The lead runner is Urias at third. Tellez at second. And Pena on at first. Back to the top here in the bottom of the fourth. Happy birthday, Barry Bonds, by the way. 57 years old today.
Wow.
We've got Wong going the other way in the outfield. Left on left here, and Rodon steps off, and he paws at the dirt in front of the rubber with his right foot. Takes the baseball, tucks it behind his back, and now comes set. Holding at the belt buckle. Kick in the pitch. Check swing and a ball in the dirt. They'll appeal. No, says third base umpire John Lipka. Mr. Lipka didn't make many friends in that third base dugout last night. He ejected Tony La Russa in the 7th and then Tim Anderson in the 8th, both vehemently arguing balls and strikes. Anderson more so than La Russa. 3-0 Brewers. The 1-0. Swinging a foul that takes a piece of the catcher. Zach Collins. 1 ball, 1 strike. Colton Wong and the Brewers are wearing the home white pinstripes, and I like the fact that the sleeve coming out of the left arm hole there for Colton Wong is a pinstriped, I guess, sleeve. The neoprene type thing. Pitch. Fastball just missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Beg your pardon, 2-1.
Well, Colton, his first year with the Milwaukee Brewers, former St. Louis Cardinals.
See, I knew you'd
sure
bring a Cardinal reference.
I'm sure you're aware over there. Signed through 2022 with a team option for 2023.
The pitch. Big cut, swing and a miss. 2-2. 97 miles an hour with the 4-seamer that time. Gold Glover, right? Colton Wong?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
2-time Gold Glover. And you see Rodon, he's reaching back, getting a little bit more velocity. He's thrown 5 pitches at 100 miles an hour this year.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts. The bases remain loaded for the Brewers. And that'll bring up the very dangerous Willie Adames. Rodon strides back behind the mound, wipes the sweat off his brow with his left sleeve. Now runs back up to the top of the bump.
He's definitely have to work it a little bit harder tonight than he has as of late. And the particularly coming off of a 7-inning scoreless performance against the Houston Astros, a very good hitting ball club.
First to Yelich inside for ball one. Well, you're right. Every number on the speedometer here keeps climbing. That one's 98.
About to throw pitch number 72.
Adames 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Way inside. Shuffling back is Willie Adames, the shortstop. Got out of the way. He's ahead 2 balls and no strikes. Brewers with that royal blue batting helmet. And then